Kiddushin 72a. And it is only now that the Persians moved the bridge further up northward. Abaye said to Rav Yosef, "Until where does the border extend on this western side of the Euphrates?" Rav Yosef said to him, "What are you thinking? Why do you ask? Is it due to the town of Biram? Even those of pure lineage who live in Pumbedita marry women from Biram, which demonstrates that the residents of Biram are presumed to have unflawed lineage." Rav Papa says, just as there is a dispute between Rav and Shmuel as to the northern border of Babylonia with regard to lineage, so is there a dispute with regard to bills of divorce. An agent bringing a bill of divorce from a country overseas to Eretz Yisrael must state that it was written and signed in his presence. If he brought it from Babylonia, there is no requirement for him to state this. Rav Papa is teaching that the borders that define Babylonia with regard to this issue are the same as the borders with regard to lineage. And Rav Yosef says this dispute is with regard to lineage, but with regard to bills of divorce, everyone agrees that it is considered Babylonia up to the second lake of the bridge that Shmuel mentioned. Rami Bar Abba said, "The province of Havel Yama is the glory of Babylonia with regard to lineage. Shunya and Guvia are the glory of Havel Yama." Ravina said, "The town of Tzora is like Shunya and Guvia." This is also taught in a brisa. Hanan ben Pinchas says, "Havel Yama is the glory of Babylonia. Shunya and Guvia and Tzora are the glory of Havel Yama." Rav Papa says, "And nowadays Samaritans have assimilated with them, and their lineage is problematic." The Gemara comments, and that is not so. Rather, one Samaritan requested to marry a woman from them, and they would not give her to him, which led to the rumor that Samaritans had assimilated with them. The Gemara asks, "What is this region called Havel Yama?" Rav Papa said, "This is the area near the Euphrates, adjacent to Borsi." The Gemara relates, "There was a certain man who said to the sages, 'I am from a place called Shot Mishot.' Rabbi Yitzchak Nafka stood on his feet and said, 'Shot Mishot is located between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers.' The Gemara asks, and if it is located between the rivers, what of it? What halacha is it relevant for?" Abaye said that Rabbi Chama Bar Ukva says that Rabbi Yossi, son of Rabbi Chanina, says the area between the rivers is like the exile, meaning Pumbedita, with regard to lineage. The Gemara inquires, and where is the area between the rivers located for the purpose of this halacha? Rabbi Yochanan said, from Ihi Dekira and upward, in other words, northward. The Gemara asks, but doesn't Rabbi Yochanan say until the crossing at Gizma, but no further? Abaye said a strip extends from that region past Ihi Dekira. Rav Ika Bar Avin says that Rav Hananel says that Rav says Chilazon Nihavnad is like the exile with regard to lineage. Abaye said to them, "Do not listen to Rav Ika Bar Avin about this, as it was a Yavama who fell before him from there to perform levirate marriage, and he said that its lineage was unflawed because he wished to marry her." Rav Ika bar Avin said to him, "Is that to say that this halacha is mine? Is it Rav Hananel's? And is it not reasonable to say that I was influenced by my own interest in stating it?" They went and asked Rav Hananel. He said to them, Rav said as follows, Chilazon Nihavnad is like the exile with regard to lineage. The Gemara comments, and this disagrees with the statement of Rabbi Abba bar Kahana. As Rabbi Abba bar Kahana says, what is the meaning of that which is written with regard to the exile of the 10 tribes of the kingdom of Israel? And he put them in Chala, in Chalach, and in Chavor, on the river of Gozan, and the cities of the Medes. 2 Kings 18:11. Chalach is Chilazon, Chavor is Hadiav. The river of Gozan is Ginzak. The cities of the Medes are Hamadan, and its neighboring towns. And some say this is Nehavnad and its neighboring towns. Since the 10 tribes assimilated with the Gentiles, the lineage of the Jews from those places is flawed, unlike that which was taught before. The Gemara asks, what are the neighboring towns of Nehavnad? Shmuel said, the city of Mushke, Hoskeke, and Rumake. Rabbi Yochanan says all of these are the same with regard to flawed lineage. It was assumed that Mushke is the same as Mushkane. The Gemara therefore asks, but doesn't Rabbi Chia bar Avin say that Shmuel says Mushkane is like the exile with regard to lineage? Rather, it must be that Mushke is discrete and Mushkane is discrete. In connection to the aforementioned places, the Gemara analyzes the following verse describing a vision of a bear-like animal. And it had 3 ribs in its mouth between its teeth. Daniel 7:5. Rabbi Yochanan says this is Chilazon, Hadiav, and Netzivin, which the Persian government sometimes swallows and sometimes discharges. In other words, control over these places passed from the Persians to the Romans and back again several times. The first part of that verse stated, and behold, a second beast, similar to a bear, Daniel 7:5. Rav Yosef taught these are Persians who eat and drink copious amounts like a bear and are corpulent like a bear. They grow hair like a bear and have no rest like a bear, which is constantly on the move from one place to another. When Rabbi Ami saw a Persian riding, he would say, "This is a bear on the move." Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi said to Levi, "Show me Persians," in other words, describe a typical Persian to me. Levi said to him, "They are similar to the legions of the house of David." Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi said, "Show me Habarim," Persian priests. Levi said to him, "They are similar to angels of destruction." Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi said, "Show me Ishmaelites." Levi said to him, "They are similar to demons of an outhouse." Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi said, "Show me Torah scholars of Babylonia." Levi said, "They are similar to ministering angels." When Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi was dying, he said, prophetically, "There is a place called Homania in Babylonia, and all of its people are the sons of Ammon. There is a place called Masgaria in Babylonia, and all its people are Mamzerim. There is a place called Bereka in Babylonia, and there are two brothers there who exchange wives with each other, and their children are therefore mamzerim. There is a place called Bereta Desatia in Babylonia. Today they turned away from the omnipresent. What did they do? A ditch with fish overflowed, and they went and trapped the fish on Shabbat. Rabbi Achai, the son of Rabbi Yoshua, excommunicated them, and they all became apostates. There is a place called Akra Diagma in Babylonia. There is a man named Ada bar Ahava there.